Hello and welcome to this year's first edition of the European Product Update with me, Thomas Warner.
In this edition, I'll be looking at what trouble in Libya means for refined products here in Europe, and I've got a special report on what jet fuel prices are telling us about the next phase of the coronavirus pandemic.
But first, let's have a quick look at what's been going on in the markets in these opening weeks of 2022.
Crude prices started the year on buoyant form, hitting $80 a barrel after falling below $70 a barrel just before Christmas. Prices of refined products were generally slower to get moving, and a fall in gasoline demand from a COVID-afflicted US Atlantic coast deprived European producers of one of their most important export markets. But any refiners suffering with the January blues were at least able to take heart from a sudden drop in natural gas prices. Record high gas prices gave refiners real headaches in 2021, with some in Europe forced into the unusual step of burning LPG to power their refinery units. But mild weather in early January meant less demand for home heating, and that helped bring prices down from the all-time highs recorded in December. And with a record number of LNG cargoes likely to arrive in the UK this month, the cost of natural gas in the region is looking like less of a factor than it did a month earlier.
Unfortunately, the same can't be said of Libya, which has returned to prominence as an issue after a period of relative stability in 2021.
Stormy weather in the Mediterranean and a return to civil conflict have combined to bring crude and product exports down sharply from the average 4.5 million tonnes a month recorded throughout 2021 to less than half that in January 2022. As well as bringing up prices of the light sweet crude that flows into Central Europe through Trieste, naphtha exports from the country have also taken a heavy hit. Libya's light crude slate means that its product exports are mostly limited to light ends like naphtha and LPG. But with around a third of all Mediterranean crude loading from the country, the disruption is already supporting prices of other refined products indirectly.
One refined product that needs little support at the moment is jet fuel.
Jet premiums to crude have been below pre-COVID levels ever since the pandemic arrived in Europe in February 2020, with the aviation industry being hit particularly hard by the virus. But Northwest European jet cargoes were assessed more than $15 a barrel above North Sea dated crude for the first time in 2 years on the 7th of January, as optimism over the Omicron variant began to permeate the market. Growing evidence that the variant is spreading immunity while being much less lethal than previous incarnations of the virus means that airlines and holidaymakers alike have reason to be optimistic that 2022 may be a brighter year altogether.
That's all for this edition of the Argus European Product Update, so until next time, let me wish you all the very best from everybody here at Argus.